everybody. This is Xander, and this is episode 3 of the Raw Initiative channel. This was originally going to be a live feed, which I think a chunk of may still be up there, but I can't get my camera to work. So this is going to be a one-shot recording with an intro instead of a live stream feed thing until I can figure that out a little better. So now you're a medium, spirit medium. You can hear spirits, see spirits, listen to spirits. Maybe you've always been able to. It's actually a little bit more common of a gift that you think when you start talking to people. It's a pretty significant percentage of the population, actually. They're just afraid to talk about it. Not that you can blame them. In previous episodes, I went over how, as a psychic person, and now especially as a medium, you are a psychic radio, and this is super, super important, that is set to whatever frequency you are at. So meditate, walk in the woods, do what you got to do to keep your psychological self in equilibrium, your emotional self in equilibrium. Meditate, be healthy, do whatever you got to do to be a clear conduit. Otherwise, everything's going to get garbled. You could be getting messages from benevolent entities, but because you're, I don't know, stressed and all spun out emotionally or whatever, you're going to misinterpret those messages. And A, it makes it hard to trust your gift. And B, with serious, important, life-threatening stuff, sometimes you really want to make sure you're getting the right message. The thing that made me want to do this video more than anything, as an Essene, we don't eat meat. And I could get into why we don't eat meat, but that's not what this video is about. That's up to you. So I'm going to explain to you why, when I stopped eating meat after my shaman initiations, because it started making me physically ill, why I continued to not eat meat and still continue to not eat meat, and wouldn't even if it didn't make me physically ill at this point. So in a vast multiverse of entities, in a quantum multiverse, when you choose to eat meat from an animal that you know was tortured, which and you know that, and you eat it, you are saying to the universe, you're saying to your vessel that I acquiesce to the idea that it's okay to torture, kill, and eat what I perceive to be a lesser being. And I have news for you. Unfortunately, there's a lot of other entities in the universe that feel the same, but we're the lesser entity. And when you acquiesce to that, you're desecrating your body in a way that connects you to entities like that. And so as a medium, as a psychic person, that is dangerous. If you choose to eat meat, you need to be aware that there is a conduit between your vessel and demonic entities now. So if you do continue to choose to eat meat, and not that there's not probably better meat from better places and better ways to go about it, again, entirely up to you. But you're going to need to be aware that some of the things that whisper in your ear are definitely going to be negative. Now, if you have the power of discernment to such a degree, the spirit of discernment, maybe you've been a medium for 20 or 30 years and you can tell a good one from a bad one, and you can do that consistently and have for years, then, do your thing. I mean, the branch of shamanism I was from only ate meat sometimes, but it didn't eat meat the rest of the time. I don't know. No, I'm a shaman and an Essene, and it's complicated. Not so much as you'd think, actually. But anyways, circling back, meat, it's your choice. As a spirit medium, that's something you're going to need to be aware of. And if you are just developing your medium gifts, other than your psychological and emotional equilibrium, learning to discern good, bad, or negative entities, that's the most important thing for you to learn and figure out right now. I do it by feel, in addition to a whole bunch of other things I've learned over time. Use your predominant sense that perceives the spirit world, whatever that is. If it's your eyes, ears, maybe you're clairaudient, and it just comes down as knowledge, whatever your primary thing is that you're the best at, that you perceive the spirit world most clearly through. Use that. And as you develop the other ones, use those ones too. Because it's a big multiverse out there, and we're talking spirit medium, we're talking multiverse out there of entities, and you need to be able to discern which ones are good and which ones are bad. Sometimes it's not even super difficult. A positive, benevolent, angelic being isn't going to ask you to do fucked up stuff or say fucked up things to you. or kick you when you're down, or, blah, 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 which, negative entities or trickster entities or whatever your belief systems are will. And you need to be tough, I guess, would be the other thing I would suggest. You need to be sovereign in your own space and body. This is my space, at least in your own home. Proper defenses are also important, but even just that energy and that vibe of this is mine, because otherwise you're going to be living at like a psychic bus stop, a spiritual bus stop, and you're never going to be able to rest. Trust me. And that's not something you can do long term. So sovereign, this is my space, this is my fucking body, etc., etc. This is my family, etc., etc. And if they cause you problems, you better step up with whatever you got in your back pocket to do that, and it'll probably come up. So whether that's your faith in Yeshua or Jesus, or God, or it doesn't really matter. Whatever you have faith in, or whatever spiritual weaponry you have at your disposal. Sage, everybody knows about sage, holy water from a reputable actual priestly priest. Whatever you got on hand, or whatever you deem necessary to keep on hand from now on, which you should keep something on hand for spiritual defense. Do your clearings, meditate, all that fun stuff. Be aware of meat. And I think that's all for today, folks. So you want to be a spirit medium. Now you got some information on how to do that a little bit more safely. I'll do some more video. I still need to do a video on clearings. Yeah, we'll do that one another time. That's all, folks.